Listen, I was today years old when I found out that denouncing a sorority is really a thing. And I'm like, y'all are really denouncing your sororities? So if you guys don't know, what I've learned is that a lot of people who are devout Christians, saved, they are denouncing the sororities because they made pledges and oaths to essentially other deities. I had to go online. I had to do some research. There was a whole website about this. Deltas, for example, they worship Minerva. Like what? The Kappas worship Apollo. Makes sense. I'm like, that really is what they embody. You know, Qs, if you didn't know, they worship Anubis and Omega, which they refer to as feminine. And what's the other female deity that they have? Gosh, there's another one. It's not Palo, because who has the wisdom? There's a few of them. It seems like alphas are they're not Greek. They have a Greek one that they have as well. But they essentially, literally, each of these, of the divine nine, each of these groups have essentially pledged an oath and allegiance to a different deity. Now, in their scripting, it's supposed to say that they welcome, you can essentially practice anything. You can express yourself through any kind of divine practice. But at the same time, they're also pledging oaths to these deities, for real. And so once these kind of more devout, hardcore Christians realize that, they think they became a movement where now they're like, I'm denouncing this. And so I found one of these videos where she was denouncing for this Delta. But what's interesting is that essentially, if I'm going to denounce Delta, I need to do it with the same energy that I joined with. So meaning it's not a private denouncing, it is, I need to make a YouTube video, I need to go on TikTok, I need to go on Instagram. Everybody needs to know with the same excitement that I had when I was doing all my noises and everything and symbols, I need to do now when I'm denouncing, so I can of course claim, so they can claim Jesus appropriately and properly. Man, that is fascinating to me, because it seems like to me most of the girls in the school that I saw were all Christian. And I knew, that's the thing, I'm not, right? So I never have been. So I've always noticed something was off about it to me in the first place. And so there are issues with it where I'm like, when I actually got to see, because when they're sharing their issues, you know what they're also doing? They're sharing some of the secrets, which is nice. I love that. I love knowing a little bit of the secrets there. And some of those secrets, which I find really interesting, it's a lot of I obey, I am subjugated, I am an allegiance. And I'm like, whoa, now I understand why I was never, ever, ever going to be in any kind of sorority. And I also understand why I would have never been a candidate for a sorority, because I have my own mind completely. And you were not going to see me talking about I pledge or I make this oath. No, I am not. No, I will not. There is no group. Nope. And then you're paying money to make that oath. I'm like, nope, absolutely not. Sorry. For the rest of my life. And that's the thing. You got wording in there for the rest of your life. I'm like, what? No. What? No, not at all. So anyway, they're denouncing these sororities out here. It's a thing. They don't know. If you don't know, now you know. Hallelujah, holla magic. Bye.
We will be talking about our testimony of denouncing.
Why I denounced my Greek letters.
I went ahead and I prayed the prayer of denouncing.
And Crystal actually decided to denounce in 2014, yes. And I actually recently denounced in September of 2021.
I, Portia Carter, denounce Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated because God told me to.
Each Greek letter organization has a Greek god that is associated with the organization. Okay, so the Greek god that is associated with AKA is Atlas.
Alpha Phi Alpha must go back to her ultimate roots. By the time you're done with your initiation, Alpha becomes personified.
I pledge my heart, my mind, and my strength to the organization. You're professing that this organization is your God.
In the spiritual realm, there's only two sides, okay? There's only light the kingdom of God, and then darkness, the kingdom of Satan. Okay, there's light and darkness. It's black and, I can't say it's black and white, but you know what I'm saying.
Satan. Know this, if a symbol's not attached to Christ, it's attached to the other guy.